The next area of difference between Eastern teaching and Western teaching is about rebirth, what is called in the East as reincarnation. The Western followers agree with their Eastern counterparts that human beings are born or reborn from age to age in different bodies and under various or varying circumstances. It is the spirit that is doing this, not this physical body. It is the journey of the spirit we are talking about. Both East and West agree. The point of difference, however, is about the purpose behind the fact of rebirth. The West calls it rebirth, not reincarnation. The goal of reincarnation in the East is to escape from the wheel of reincarnation by reaching a state of nirvana or enlightenment. This state is attained by withdrawal from the material world and dedication to the elimination of desires and actions. So the Easterner has a rationale that I don't have to commit any wrong. And the way not to commit any wrong is to withdraw from material things, eliminate the wrong desires, and don't take wrong actions. The idea is that by refraining from every new course, there eventually will be no more future karma to pay off, and therefore no reason to return to physical existence. That is the rationale behind reincarnation in the East. It is for this reason that the Eastern follower adjusts to a passive and disinterested attitude towards life. Very meek, very humble, don't want to commit himself, herself to any new karma. And the way is to withdraw those wrong desires from materiality. The Westerner, in contrast, sees the material life as a school of experience, which must be mastered if he or she is to become a creator like the Heavenly Father. So the Westerner does not withdraw. Christ said this, "He that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do." John 14, verse 12. So, rather than trying to be liberated from the cycle of rebirth, the Westerner uses his or her stay, her journey in the material world to the greatest spiritual advantage possible. By so doing, he or she builds the soul body, and in time, after having learned all the lessons the material world has to offer, such a Westerner becomes an adept, the one who overcomes death and rises above the law of rebirth. That is the difference. So the Westerner uses the material things, transforms them, and eventually becomes an adept, not to stay away from material things. Regarding such a person, the one who overcomes death, the one who uses the material things, transforms them into spirituality, and eventually becomes an adept. This is what Revelation 3, verse 12 says about him. "Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name." That is what is written in the Bible for the one who overcomes death. However, even in that exalted state, if the person has overcome death, if the person has so spiritualized the body like a Westerner would do, such a person does not shirk responsibility to younger sisters and brothers. But at any point in time when it becomes necessary, such a highly developed person dons the physical body to serve humanity. And Christ showed us a typical example of how a highly developed person can assume a lower position in order to serve others for collective spiritual progress. Even the Christ took upon himself the form of a servant. It was made in the likeness of man. We can read that from Philippians chapter 2, verse 7. Service in our present environment is the shortest, the safest, and the most joyful road to God. The